great pride in this football program. From the Cali Dome to the Salt Bowl, we love Hornet football. It's hard to imagine a time when we had no football fields, we had no practice fields, we had no team. But in 1949, the first Bryant Hornet football team took the field. Coach Leonard Rollins and his 22 players had to practice on the baseball outfield. They had to borrow Bauxite's football field on Thursday nights to play their games. And even though they didn't win any, the team still jokes about it. The guys that all played together on that team still joke about having Amity on the ropes right where they wanted them before losing 51-6. But this first team reminds us about what's so important about athletics. It's not about success, it's not about wins or losses, it's about the friendships you make. That season, that one first season, created a lifetime of friendships from the cheerleaders, the coaches, and the players that lasted throughout the seasons of life. They reminded us why we play sports, is that we can do something, we can do a lot more together we can alone. And for that, we're grateful. We're grateful for them, to them, for beginning, planting the seed of what we enjoy now.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting.
No single individual has had more influence or been more instrumental in shaping Bryant athletics than Ed Love. He grew up in Izard County, Arkansas, went to Arkansas College, now Lyon College. Got a master's degree at the University of Arkansas. Taught for 1 year at Mammoth Springs before being called into the military service. After the service, he took a job here at Bryant. He remained at Bryant for 36 years. During those 36 years, he did a lot of stuff. So he was a bus driver, he was a basketball coach, teacher, junior high principal, assistant superintendent, and superintendent. He's known for his willingness to serve and do whatever it took to make Bryant a great place, to make Bryant schools something the community can be proud of. He did the dirt work to turn a soybean field into the first practice field. Tom Farmer tells a great story about when he first became the high school football coach here. Trying to show up early, saw somebody mowing his field for him, turned and asked somebody, who's that out there mowing the football field? And they said, well, that's the superintendent, that's Mr. Love. Mr. Love took over in '79, there were 2 sports. He grew this athletic program from 2 to 13 sports when he retired in 1990. Mr. Love refuses to take credit for the success of the program. He gives all the credit to the coaches, Joe Tree, Carla Crowder, and everybody that served and worked hard. But the truth is, everything that Bryant Athletics enjoys today is because of Ed Love. He set the standard with hard work, excellence, integrity that built what we are today. Crowder is arguably the best high school basketball coach in the history of the state of Arkansas. She grew up in Bradford, in White County, played for Bradford. She played high school ball before girls were allowed to play 5-on-5. There was the people at that time thought girls can't do as much as boys, and so they played 3-on-3, and you would play either defense or offense. You couldn't play both. That had a major impact on Coach Crowder. Much of her career, she's fought for women's athletics to be as valued and as invested in as boys. It was all-state at Bradford, went on to play at Arkansas Tech, and there at Arkansas Tech is when they switched to 5-on-5. She was an amazing defender, and there she played for Jim Yeager, who she credits, Coach Yeager, for giving her passion and drive to make a career out of coaching. She, after graduating from Arkansas Tech, she coached at Atkins, taking them to state tournaments, and then in 1987, Carla took the job, head coaching job, ladies job here at Bryant, and propelled Bryant Lady Hornet basketball into an elite program. She won state championships in 88, 89, 91. She finished runner-up 3 times. After leaving Bryant, she moved to Cabot, coaching there. Runner-up state championship in 04, and then won a state championship in 2012. Carla's reluctant to talk about all of her individual awards from Arkansas Activities Association or the Arkansas High School Coaches Association. Like all great coaches, she credits her players. She recognizes that building strong women is more important than winning basketball games. And any of Coach Crowder's players will tell you that she helped them learn what it means to be unselfish, hardworking, and proud to be a lady.
And now the end is near.
Joe Treat. A native of Marshall, Arkansas, Coach Treat played at School of the Ozarks, JUCO, and then finished up at the University of Ozarks in Clarksdale, Arkansas. In the years before, Ed Love hired Joe, Coach Treat. The boys' basketball team was known more for losing than winning. One of the stories told is the first thing Coach Treat did when he was hired by the school board was to take down banners because the banners had losing records on them. He refused to award anybody banners for losing. Coach Treat told the school board he would win a state tournament in 3 years or he would voluntarily leave, which was really crazy considering they'd never had a winning team. 3 years after taking the job, they won the state tournament. He worked hard to change the mentality of those involved in the program. He instilled a commitment to fundamentals. And then in 81, they went 33-2, won a state championship to be the first Arkansas coach. Coached McDonald's All-American team in 1982. Treat finished his career with over 400 wins. One of the highlights of his career was coaching his 2 sons to the 1989 conference championship. In the conference championship game, his older son Tim hit a shot and sent it in overtime, only to be outdone by his younger brother Chris, who hit a 3 at the buzzer to win it. Coach Treat's knowledge of the game, knowledge of fundamentals is evident to all, but that's not his greatest strength. The greatest strength was his ability to inspire and instill in his players a belief they could win. She was NAIA National Player of the Year in 1990. She still holds the record at Monticello for points, rebounds. Her number, 45, was retired, and she's been inducted into the Arkansas Athletic Hall of Fame. She's one of a handful of Hornets who played professionally. She played in Brazil and Switzerland and Belgium. As a player, Tina's dominance is probably only matched by her grace and agility and beauty on the court. The way she played, it seemed more like a night at the ballet than a night at the gym. She's truly a one-of-a-kind combination of strength, beauty, and agility. Bryant has a rich baseball history. Many boys growing up in Bryant dream of being in the major leagues. Many parents dream of that little leaguer one day making the big time. Travis Wood actually did it. He did more than just dream about being in the major leagues. He is in the major leagues. Before being drafted by the Cincinnati Reds in 2005, Travis was a 3-year All-State pitcher at Bryant. In 2004, he went 11-1 with an ERA of .91. He was an All-Star in single, double, and AAA ball. In 2009, Wood was the Cincinnati Reds Minor League Player of the Year. He was a member of the 2013 National League All-Star team. He's become, after being traded to the Cubs, one of the most promising young pitchers in the game today. In April of 14, against the Arizona Diamondbacks, Travis hit a 3-run homer, drove in 4 runs, while holding the Diamondbacks to 1 run. Then Cubs manager Rick Renteria said he was a one-man wrecking crew. What happens when you mix talent and heart? You get the 80-81 boys basketball team. In 80-81, Bryant was just a tiny rural community, a stopover between Little Rock and Denton. That all changed. The sharpshooting Danny Hill, the gutsy team leader Jeff Self, the athletic Mike Matty, and the all-around talent Scotty Smith. Add to that foundation, transfer Tim Hall, Bauxite, the All-American Willie Cold Cuts, sophomore Brad Goshen. You've got the best team in the history of Bryant basketball. The more the wins piled up, the more they brought the community together. Buses of fans went to each state tournament game, and they were rewarded for their travel. Some of the most intense basketball games imaginable. Each game seemed to come down to the last second. Tim Hall hit 2 free throws to secure a victory over Van Buren in the semifinals. It took a last-second block by Willie Cuts to win the 3A state championship. In the early 80s, there was an overall state championship where each team from each classification would play the overall stage. No one expected Bryant to win anything. After upsetting the Ohio Warriors, the Hornets would face the undefeated West Memphis Blue Devils with the legendary Keith Lee. To this day, Coach Treat believes they would have had a better shot of winning that game if Brad Goshen would have let Keith Lee win the tip. Before the 80-81 team, larger schools might look past the Bryant Hornets. Not after that. From then on, you never look past Bryant basketball. You knew you were in for a fight when you played ball.
Let's celebrate. It's all right. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate.
Winning a state tournament is impressive. Winning 58 straight games to back-to-back state tournaments is pure domination. This was the Lady Hornets, 87-89, were a high school dream team. Host of players went on to play college ball. But the team was built around the triplets, Sally Moore, Marla Goshen, Becky Patton. These girls played together as kids, and from 7th grade to 12th grade, they amassed a record. From 7th grade to 12th grade, they amassed a record of 159-12 and never lost a home game from 7th to 12th grade. Moore was a Parade All-American and Arkansas Player of the Year. Patton and Goshen were All-State, All-Conference. They were supported by All-State and future college players, Salita Farr, Amanda Stewart, and Dee Harris. The 89 season, they went 34-0. They averaged 80 points a game. People from around the state of Arkansas would come to see one of the greatest girls basketball teams in Arkansas history. They were ranked number 8 in the nation. And after seeing them play, your only question was, are there really 7 teams in the nation that could beat them?